Rio, great to see you. Thanks very much for doing this. Clearly because of this man and not because of me.
No, I don't know
exactly that. Exactly that.
How are you, Rio? Thanks for joining. Good trouble.
No worries, man. Good to speak to you guys, man. How you doing? You enjoying Wimbledon?
Always. It's the best time of the year. Best time of the year for the pubs as well.
Yeah, exactly.
Rio, that's quite an interesting place to start actually, because Nick's got an injury this season, right? So he's been out for Wimbledon. How frustrating, similar thing for you when you're watching the biggest games possible when you're out with injury. You were pretty lucky on the whole, weren't you? But it must be equally frustrating to miss out.
Yeah, especially when you feel you've got a chance. I think it's like, if you feel you've got no chance, then I think it's like, it's not so bad, or you think you're past it, but you're in good time of your career, and I'm sure you'd be thinking that you could go late in the competition. So I think that's when you start thinking, wow, listen, the odds are against me. Someone's plotting against me, and you start kind of overthinking things at times. But I think, as I said, when you're playing, you're not fit. There's nothing worse, and even worse than that is actually being made to sit out of a tournament, especially one with such history and such prestigious as Wimbledon.
What was the biggest game you missed out on, Rio, actually, because of injury? There must have been a big one.
AC Milan in the semis, I think quarters or semis of the Champions League was a big one. I never missed any finals because of injury. I was lucky. I broke a rib, so I missed the quarters or semis against AC Milan. That was like when they had like Kaká, Seedorf, Maldini, Nesta. It was a great team. So Cafu, you want to play in those big games.
Do you want to do it then? Favourite tennis players then, Rio? And you can say Alan Smith if you like.
My favourite tennis player?
Yeah, who's your... Okay, excluding me. Excluding me.
Obviously, you're my guy. But you know what? Federer, man, just the grace with which he played. I just like... He's the guy that I just like always looked to and thought like... I look at all of the guys and just marvel at how great they are. Like just as athletes and technicians, but this guy, in terms of like poetry and motion, was just a different planet for me.
All right, well, let's compare some of these tennis players to some footballers. All right, we'll start with Djokovic.
Yeah, so if Djokovic was a player in football, who would he most be like?
Oh, Djokovic is a player. I would say, it's a hard one. He's just always there, fighting to the end, and he wins. I would say maybe Sergio Ramos.
Okay,
that's a good one. Isn't it? That's good. What about Jack Draper, right? So the YTS Rio Ferdinand. What would you say he's like? He's a big unit as well, 6'4", is he?
He's big.
He's got to be a centre half.
Virgil.
Yes.
Oh man, I wanted that one.
Did you? You wanted that?
I got the work rate of a striker though. I'm not playing for people here. What about Carlos Alcaraz?
Oh, the young super talent.
Spanish, does that help you? Does that point you in the direction?
Yeah.
Because you played with a few good Spaniards, like Juan Mata, maybe.
Nah, man. I'm gonna go more. Oh, it's hard, man. I'm gonna put it to today's type of player. I'm gonna go Pedri.
Oh, very good.
And you want the last one? You want the last but not least?
Do you want me to do the last one?
Yeah.
What about Nick Kyrgios?
I'm going to say me.
Oh, you'll take that.
Is that because of off the court, or is that just everything?
I think a bit of everything. I think there's a little bit of like petulance. There's a little bit of we'll always say what he thinks. We'll get in trouble, especially earlier in my career, and we're at the top table.
Yeah, I like that.
Leeds Rio Ferdinand and Nick Kyrgios would have been a terrible.
Yeah, that's it. Oh, you got that. That's the Leeds Rio Ferdinand.
Yeah. Oh dear, turning up to sign in your white suit. That's true. So Rio, the podcast is called Good Trouble, right? But if you were having good trouble with Nick, he's talked about loving London for a night out. But where would you take Nick to enjoy a night out?
Where in London?
Well, anywhere. Good trouble, anywhere on the planet, actually.
Ooh, where would I take him? Do you know? I'll just go on what my last night out where I was obliterated. I went with my missus and my mate and his missus, and I've not been this drunk for many years. I went to Mykonos.
Yeah.
And I know everyone's saying Mykonos, but listen, man, when you go there, man, and you go to some of these places and you go, I'm just going to have a chilled one today, and you just wake up the next day and you go, whoa, that was just like, what happened there?
So this is more of a fan question, but who was the best tennis player at Man U when you were there?
Me.
Really?
Well, we didn't actually play tennis because we couldn't exert that much energy when in between games and training. But we used to play before training. We had like short tennis in the gym, and me, Nemanja Vidic, who's Serbian like Djokovic, Tom Heaton, like the number 3 goalkeeper, Wes Brown, and a few others used to play. I have to say I was number 1.
I like his confidence. Now I understand why we're
He's a winner, isn't he? He's a winner. Because I remember, again, Leeds, Rio, Alan Smith was famously really handy at tennis, was he not, I heard?
I don't remember that, you know. I didn't play. No one played it. There weren't a gym at Leeds, so we didn't play tennis. The gym was really small. It was a really small room, really. So there was no area to play tennis or anything like that. So outside, he may have played. I'm not sure. Is he not living in Australia now?
I think he is. Yeah, I think he is.
Yeah.
And Diego Forlan, who you played with.
Oh no, he's the best.
Yeah.
Diego Forlan's the best I've seen in terms of like a tennis player. No, table tennis. Can you play? Are you any good?
Yeah, of course I'm good. What do you mean? Of course I'm good. Asking a tennis player if they're good at table tennis is ridiculous. Of course we're good. It's just the same thing, really. It's really the same thing with less movement.
Bro, it's like that was one of the most competitive outside of the game itself. That was like when it got crazy. I'd say the top 3, and I'd say in no particular order would be Cristiano, Robin van Persie, and myself.
Ooh.
You're always up there, aren't you, Rio?
Bro, you know what I do? I play a little bit like I'm Steffi Graf.
Just a little chip backhand. Yeah.
I'll get the back like that all the time. And if it comes on the forehand at any point, it's over.
Who was the person who wanted to be in the top 3 the most but couldn't get in?
Nani. Nani used to cry. He used to cry. Nani.
It never carried over onto the pitch, though, did it? I love that idea that an argument over the table tennis takes its way into the game. But
mate, it used to be a joke. Seriously, no joke. In training, used to be influenced by table tennis, the emotion, the happiness, sadness.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's been great knocking around with an elite athlete, Rio, like this man here, right? And we were just talking before about some of the great players that he's played against, beating all the top 4. But you played with Cristiano Ronaldo. So, you know, in your game, Rio, who was the pinnacle that you played with, the best?
There's different best, isn't there? Like Cristiano's obviously outright the best, like in terms of like what he's achieved and gone on to do and what he done when he was with us. It was just like never seen that before. I ended up winning the Ballon d'Or when he was with us, and he was the game changer, the game winner. But equally as impressive and as like out there, head and shoulders above everyone else, was Paul Scholes. His ability to hit people on the park from 50, 60 yards away, put the ball on a sixpence. People not breaking stride to get on the ball, putting a bit of backspin on the ball sometimes, just like the playing with shots almost like a snooker player. The way he played was just like, and I was perfectly placed behind him on the pitch to be able to see it all, and even for me to be able to pass him the ball and to shout a name and him blindly just take a touch and go bang. Was like, scary. For me, I actually used to thank him when I was on the pitch sometimes, like crazy. Like I was like crazy sometimes when I'm celebrating a goal where he played a great pass in the sequence, and I go up and say, you know what, Scholesy, man, it's a pleasure. It's a pleasure. Like I used to think I was crazy, but I just loved it.
I don't know what that feels like, you know, playing tennis out there on my own.
Yeah, it's magic.
That's the thing. I always think that, yeah, like football's difficult, yeah, because you're working on so many different variables and so many other people that are contributing for success. But the pressure with you guys, yeah, it's like just all on your shoulders, and it's just like that pressure. I can only I can't even begin to imagine what that must feel like in them big moments, like where, especially when the other guys are in the momentum's with him. How changing that momentum must be so hard, man.
I'm not an expert at it. Obviously, that's why my rackets get absolutely obliterated. I've dealt with it okay, but comparatively to like someone like Djokovic, it really is crazy. Like we just watched him play then, and he was down 4-1, and in 10-15 minutes, the match is over, and he won the match. Like no one has ever done it. It's literally exactly what you just said. He's done it that good. Just stays so composed, and then literally just takes everything and switches it around and puts it in his favour. It's crazy.
Yeah, Nick,
No, I love it.
we've talked quite a lot about doubles and mixed doubles in the last week, Rio. But again, if you were choosing a doubles partner or a mixed doubles partner, who would you like to be on the court with?
What with
In tennis?
You can do one of
pro
both.
now?
You do one of both, yeah, you do one of
We
both.
can do one of both. Yeah, on the tennis court.
Sabalenka.
Yeah, I think that. Yeah, I mean she's dominant.
Yeah, I went to an evening where she spoke. She invited a few people. Luckily, I was one of the people invited with AP, and I couldn't believe how powerful she looks. She's got a good sense of humour, but you can see in the eyes that there's like a devilment in there that's like, I'm going to take everything you've got on that court. And she's so powerful, man. It was so I'd go with her 100% and we'd clean up in the mixed doubles. And then, I don't know, Sinner or Alcaraz, isn't it? That's who it's going to be now. I think I'll go Alcaraz.
Yeah.
It'd be a lot of fun.
A little bit awkward because Andy Murray's joining us now, actually, Rio. No, he's not.
Is he?
No, he's not. He's not. Just winding you up. Right, Rio, let's talk a little bit of football then. What about Manchester United in the transfer market? A couple of frustrating things. Are you worried that the Mbeumo deal's taking a bit long? Is that a bad sign?
Why'd you have to ruin the interview, man? Why'd you have to ruin it? I mean, why are we going there? No, listen, man, listen, Rome wasn't built in a day, was it? People can get frustrated, but the window's there's still a lot of time left in the window. Obviously, you like to get your business done early, which would be great, but I don't think it ever pans out like that, and you've got to be extremely lucky for that to happen. We've got Cunha in. It seems like the club are adamant in they want to get Mbeumo, but they want to get the deal done at the right price that suits the club, and that's what's part of negotiations and getting that done. I think ideally you'd like to see stuff done in the background and that you just announce a signing, but it's not been that way for Manchester United. But I think if we do get him, he's the type of player that I've been screaming about probably for about over a year now, in terms of type of player who's mobile, who's dynamic, aggressive, and can score goals, and is going to add value to the team. So I'm hopeful that gets done, but I'll still like to see a centre forward signed at the football club.
Nick's a massive Spurs fan, by the way. How do you like it?
I'm not a massive Spurs fan. I'm going to get back into now. But see, I never had a connection to a team really. But now I feel like I should go for Man U.
Oh, you can't do that.
Why not?
You can't change your colours.
Okay, well then I'll stay Tottenham.
Stick to Spurs. Yeah. I was going to say, how do you think Spurs will do next season, Rio?
Spurs.
Yeah.
Well, I really want them to do well because I've been lucky enough to have share a couple of dinners with Thomas Frank, and he was super impressive. Albeit at Brentford, with no disrespect, but the expectations are very different at that football club. But he seemed like a very kind of calm, assured, confident guy that I feel I'll be very surprised if he doesn't adapt to these new surroundings and remain successful there. What success looks like at Spurs, I don't know, but the fact they've got no big egos at the football club in terms of and superstar status. I mean, I know Son is a superstar in his own right, but he's at a different stage of his career now, but there's no superstar in their absolute prime that he has to deal with, and I think that would have been the one concern that he hasn't dealt with yet. But so I think he can go in there, and I think that he's got a group of players that their ears are open and they want to learn and they want to get to a team that can be consistent. And I think I'll be surprised if he doesn't deliver that at least.
And which one player realistically would you like Man U to sign or try and sign for this next season?
I'm like a broken record. I think if anyone listens to my podcast, I've said Osimhen for a while now. And he's a centre forward, he's experienced, he knows how to score goals at the top level. I see today, I think they're saying that Galatasaray have put a £50 million bid in. I mean, £50 million to get a top-class striker, one of the top strikers in the world, is absolute peanuts in today's market. So I'll be disappointed if he goes to Galatasaray for that type of money when Man United, I think, are crying out for a number 9.
Were you disappointed to miss out on URGES?
Say again?
Were you disappointed to miss out on URGES?
I'll be disappointed to miss out on URGES if we don't get a number 9 in.
Yeah.
But if we got Osimhen, then I wouldn't be too concerned.
Right, Rio, one last bit of transfer business. You've left TNT, so would you be up for a bit of good trouble with Nick?
I need to get you for a sit down, and an actual Q&A with you would be amazing. Like an actual episode would be a dream.
Yeah, man, let's do that. I'm happy to do that. Listen, I'm a tennis lover. I'm a supporter of yourself, so 100%, man. Let's do something.
And then
we might actually come back with a new.
Finish on. Have you got a message for the Lionesses after that opening Euros defeat to France?
I think they have to take inspiration from Argentina. Argentina lost their first game of the World Cup and they went on to win it. So it's not a sprint; it's a marathon. It's a long-lasting competition. It's not for the faint-hearted. And I think you go into a tournament, you have to expect one or two moments when it doesn't go your way. It's just how you now respond, and they've got to respond positively. They've got such an experienced cluster of players in that squad. They've got some young talent as well, and a manager who's super experienced as well. So they've got to draw on all of that and then go forward. But who am I, as an ex-England men's team player, to be giving the girls who've won trophies at international level advice? Let's have it right.
I didn't want to mention it, Rio. You know, you've won the same as Scotland. Nothing.
Yeah, exactly.
Rio, thanks for your time, man. And again, it's a very serious note to finish on, but I hope you don't mind just giving us a little tribute to Diogo Jota, because football rivalries are blurred, aren't they? And the football family comes together in terrible times like this.
Yeah, and I think that's a great way to start that. I think football rivalries get put aside immediately when things like this happen, tragedies, so unexpected as well. And I think everything's been well documented about my tragedy in my life, so I only know too well the experience that the family will be going through now in terms of the shock, the disbelief, the anger even, I'm sure. All the different world of emotions will be together. But my heart goes out to the family, especially his wife of only 2 weeks ago, which is absolutely mind-blowing, and the 3 young children that he's left behind, but also his brother and their family as well. I just really wish them the support that they deserve, and they have to stay strong together and remember him in the best way possible, because he was obviously a wonderful footballer, but from what I'm told, an even better human being.
Lovely touch, Rio. Thanks very much, Nick.
Thank you, Rio. We really appreciate it.
Right.
Thank you.
Nice to see you, man. Nick,
You
take
too.
care, and
Take
I'm going
it
to
easy.
keep you up on that promise, man. Let's get together.
I will. All the best.